Hey Marnie, how are you today?
Good, thanks, Lars. And yourself?
Yeah, great, thanks. So tell me more about what it is that you're wanting to achieve
Okay,
with your
so
health.
looking at long-term weight loss goals, not just your quick fix, 12-week challenge type deals where you lose weight in a certain period of time and then you gain it back. So yeah, looking at longevity and keeping it off.
Okay, and have
And
you tried
healthy habits.
so healthy habits?
Mm-hmm.
So have you tried anything in the past?
I have. I've done, your normal challenges. Pretty much everything.
And what's worked for you before?
Obviously, it's not working. That's why I'm here seeing you.
Okay.
So, yes.
Okay, and some of the things that definitely don't work for you, what would they be?
Things that definitely don't work are restrictive diets.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
Okay.
So,
And how many times a week are you exercising?
4 to 5 times a week.
And what kind of exercise are you doing?
I would say at least 3 hours of cardio, high intensity cardio, and 3 to 4 weight training sessions of about an hour each time. So
Okay, so that's pretty good. That's pretty substantial. And what do you normally eat on a typical day?
on a typical day, so my downfall is not eating breakfast, and
Okay.
then that means I'm usually eating a lunch that's too late, and then that prolongs dinner as well. It does sort of work around work hours, so if I'm finishing late, I'm eating a late dinner, and then I'm kind of overeating late at night, not having good sleep, and so it's just a vicious cycle like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
and what is the first time of day that you would eat your first meal?
11 a.m.
Okay, and what about your last meal?
Oh gosh, if I'm being honest, let's say 10:30, 11.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, so you've got basically a 12-hour eating window
Yes.
that you're using. And does that work pretty well with your lifestyle?
It does. I feel like I'm not getting enough sleep, and I think that's due to late night eating. So working around like late night meals and eating something that's more beneficial to obviously get me through. And
So what are you eating from 11 o'clock up till 11 o'clock at night? So what are the meals that you would eat? How many times a day would you eat?
I'd eat probably three times. I don't really snack too much. Late night meal would be, it's probably a little bit too protein dense and also carbohydrate dense as well. It's not always healthy. Sometimes if I'm not prepared, I'm eating like takeout foods. It could be like Thai, which may seem like it is healthy, but when you add in everything, it's And then a lot of calories are coming from like liquid drinks as well. So I drink far too much fruit juice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever tried a shake or having a protein bar or something like that to get your protein intake
No,
up?
I don't know.
No? And what do you eat for lunch?
Lunch would be, it might be like chicken with salad. I try to stay away from breads if I can. I may have like a Bergen bread or sourdough for breakfast with a couple of eggs. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you said you don't snack in between?
Not a lot, no.
Okay.
As far as snacking goes, I'd probably drinking. Like,
Okay.
And I don't mean alcoholic drinks. I
Yeah.
mean, juices here and there. Things
Okay.
that have like sugar in juices. Yeah.
Okay. And so what were you going to say?
And fruit. Actually, when you say snacking, I do probably snack too much on fruit.
Okay, so you're having a lot of fibre, which is good.
Yeah.
Maybe not a lot of protein. Maybe you're eating a lot of protein at the end of your day rather than having protein sort of paced a bit better. Would you sort of agree?
Yeah, definitely.
And with your carbohydrates, you don't really eat any sort of grains or starchy carbs. What about with dinner? Do you have something? So you said like if you have Thai, you're having like rice or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay. So what about your fats? What kind of fats do you eat?
I'd have
Sort of avocado?
avocados, definitely. I don't really eat too many nuts as such, but olive oil, yeah.
Do you like nuts?
I do, yeah. Minimal.
Okay, minimal.
Yeah.
What is your favourite type? Do you like
My favourite would
almond?
be macadamia nuts.
Yeah, I knew you'd say
obviously,
that. Everyone's like, I love macadamia nuts.
Yeah.
Okay, so what kind of people do you surround yourself with?
So I work in the fitness industry, so obviously I'm training a lot of people that are looking at like fitness and weight loss goals themselves as well. it can be a little bit draining because you're obviously giving yourself and trying to make a change in their life for the better. And so sometimes I feel being surrounded by people like that, you kind of do take on, their bad habits as well.
Okay, and what kind of people would you like to surround yourself with?
Successful people that achieve their goals, not people that just talk about, wanting to do this, but actually set out goals and achieve them. Yeah.
Okay, and when was the last time you set a goal for yourself and achieved it?
I would say that was probably just a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, and what was that?
It was organising overseas trips and having that all planned and paid for.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. And how'd you feel when you achieved that?
Great, fantastic. Yeah.
Okay. So I've got a couple of things that we can talk about when it comes to weight loss goals. So the first thing is obviously knowing how much you want to lose and by when. Is there some sort of timeline that you have?
I'm being a little bit more relaxed on myself this time.
Okay.
So I'm saying I have lost 5 kilograms since January.
Yeah, right.
And
Well done.
so I'm giving myself till probably July to lose the last 8.
Okay, so you got 8 kilos by July.
July, yeah.
And is there a special occasion?
An overseas holiday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So does that require skimpy clothes?
Well, yes, it does.
Well,
But not only that, I'd like to compete again in the Spartan race.
Right.
So I need
Okay.
to be both physically fit. Yeah.
okay, so there's another goal there. It's not about just a look.
Yeah. No.
That was going to be my next question.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, definitely not just about a look. Yeah.
Okay, and do you find it easy to relax?
I do. Yes.
Yep. And what's your favourite way to relax?
I'll usually read a book or swimming. I swim every day if I can. When I swim, I tend to meditate for maybe half an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I've got a meditation headband which I'd like you to borrow.
Okay.
So with this meditation headband, what it is it's going to read your brain signals and it connects to an app on your phone. So all you do is you put the headband around your forehead, like so. Kind of like wearing a pair of sunglasses, making sure the hair's not there, and the app will give you all the instructions. So when you do a meditation, perhaps next time you could wear this headband and we'll actually be able to see what your brain is doing, because if we're in good states of relaxation regularly, obviously our cortisol levels and things like that, which is a hormone that can affect our ability to lose weight, that can be increased sometimes if we're a little bit stressed. And sometimes when people look at losing weight, they can be doing all the right things and be eating all the right foods or doing all the right exercise, but sometimes our hormones, there's another hormone called ghrelin which is in charge of our ability to feel like we're satisfied with food or our hunger. And there's a couple of other things as well, but one of the main things I find with people is that their stress hormone is preventing them from losing weight sometimes. So as long as you're able to minimize stress, I think that's really important. Obviously being in the fitness industry, you're busy, and you just mentioned before is that you sometimes are surrounded by clients that can be quite draining.
Yes.
So it's equally as important to increase your energy wherever you can. So you're doing all the right things, you're swimming, you're meditating, you're taking time out. But being able to metricize it is really interesting because there's technology out there that allows us to sort of see, what our brains are doing, and you can use that going into bed, things like that. The other thing is that I do have a program that might be useful for you, more in the way of actually tracking what it is that you're eating every day. So this is like an accountability journal.
Okay.
This program, it's called Diet Flex. It's the only program of its type for weight loss that actually takes into account people's individual carbohydrate tolerance. So it's really quite fascinating because a lot of the time we'll do all these things to try and lose weight, and we've got the cortisol thing going on, we've got the sleep thing, and sleep and cortisol are very closely linked. So if sleep is crap, cortisol might be elevated, weight loss attempts might be diminished, and this is where this planner can be useful. So with Diet Flex, that's the name of the program, there are no calorie restrictions in any way. It's not about restricting calories, but it's about learning to eat the right amount of fats, carbohydrates especially, and proteins that works for you. And so we start with planner 1. This is planner number 1, and it actually lists. So it gives you food guidelines. It tells you when to eat. So you're going to be eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner. protein, fats and carbs at each of those meals, as well as having protein snacks in between.
Okay.
Typically we under-eat protein. That's a thing that women tend to do, and we tend to under-eat fats as well.
Yeah.
So overeating carbs, under-eating protein, under-eating fats can not necessarily result in the way we want to feel and think. We want to have energy, we want to look a certain way, we want to feel like we're aligned, and we want to feel light and agile. And in the fitness industry, that's important for you to be able to do your job. So what this will do is outline, per meal, how much protein to have. So it's reasonable, 150 grams of, fish. It's quite a lot.
Okay.
For if you're having it 3 times a day. And then it tells you how much fat to mix with that. And then you can choose from this list of low carbohydrates. There is no limit to how much you can have, but none of these are starchy carbs. They're all fibrous carbs, so it's going to help with your digestion, it's going to help you feel good, it's going to make you full, and you're going to get heaps of nutrients. There's also fruit as well. We just sort of recommend maybe having up to half a cup a day of fruit instead, and mainly focusing on veggies. And you can have that in juice if you want. But the idea of this is it's retraining you to sort of consider your food options and making sure you're eating enough. There is no limit to how much food you can have per meal. If you want to have veggies, you could have like 2 plates of veggies. I mean, you probably don't do that because you might not sleep. But the idea is that throughout the rest of this journal, you actually map out what you're going to eat for the week.
Okay.
And then you write down what you ate, what time you ate, how well you slept, what time did you go to bed, did you wake up at the time you wanted to. We create a vision statement every month, and you get to read that every day. Did you go to the toilet? There's another page about happy mind, healthy body, and you do that every day, and you just write down some of the great things that happened in the day, some of the challenges as well. Did you have any extras? Did you eat that donut that you weren't going to eat? Being accountable.
Yes.
What were your successes for the week, or for the day rather? What were some of the challenges? Were you hungry? Did you have cravings? Did you do some exercise? And what was your energy like? So it's really a journal. So as a coach, I'm able to sort of see exactly how you're feeling when you're eating, and for yourself, it actually allows you to be accountable to everything you do. And then look, if you're going to have a gin and tonic, that's fine, just write it down.
Yeah.
If there was a reason and it served you in a moment, if it was a family gathering, that's don't be too hard on yourself. Yeah. But this journal is quite useful because it allows you to then see, okay, like I had a really stressful day that day. What did I end up eating on that day? Like, were there links between my emotional state and the food choices that I made? And did my sleep then suffer as a consequence? Was my energy then low? So then we can actually start to put the dots together. And if you will lose weight on this, I mean, there is no doubt that you would actually lose weight on this planner because the carbohydrates, there are no starchy carbs for a month. But you should still feel full, should still feel satisfied. At the end of a month, if you continue to lose weight, we step you up to planner 2, which looks exactly the same except it has moderate carbohydrates included in your diet. Okay. And then if you continue to lose weight for that next 4 weeks, we step you up to planner 3, which has even higher carbs. And then there's planner 4. So not everybody gets to planner 3 or 4. Sometimes people's carbohydrate tolerance is actually only at the level of level 1 or 2. And they actually stop losing weight, say at the end of planner 2, the weight loss stops or it plateaus, and then we know that's that person's carbohydrate tolerance. So they can eat up to that many carbs a day without actually gaining weight because they're actually burning off the carbs as energy, and then they sort of know and can make judgment leading the program that that's where their carbohydrates would probably adequately sit for them. So does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So my suggestion is maybe we start you on that. We do have some other options for like other protein, or if you want to do like a meal replacement if you're busy. I have some other options for you for that as well, but maybe that's something we talk about a bit later.
Yeah, that would be ideal.
All right. Thanks for your time.
Appreciate
no
it.
worries. I'll give you a hug.
Thank you.